Okay, so I have to say, these three, and just the fact that they are just so jealous of my boy Kelvin, the fact that even their leader, they're not hearing nothing. Like, you got a wife and kid that you go home to, chill the hell out. This man was already, like, chilling on Paradise with a couple of beauties. Now he has the cute younger sister, he has maids, he has more girls than we probably will ever have together, and this man is living the dream. That was one of the funniest moments for me, and it's like a reoccurring gag that hasn't been around for too long. Like, we've only seen a couple of moments with them being jealous and just fed up with Kelvin's bullshit. But it is a good joke through and through. I mean, Kelvin and a majority of his party are battle junkies without a doubt. And because of that, they basically search after the biggest and best fight. Jared's whole revenge mission I thought would be like the big final hurrah for the season, but maybe that would be too long of an arc in general, so maybe the whole concept of the war arc starting up, maybe both of those won't get resolved in season 1, but more so make progression to get there. But for a group of battle junkies or people okay fighting, it just makes sense that basically a kingdom that's been prioritizing their military strength, they want to unite all the different continents, and all things considered, a few of them have been enjoying peace, so their military might not be up to par with theirs. The thing is, when you follow a character like Kelvin, who is a battle junkie, whether he was fighting for the side starting the war or not, I don't think it would really matter whether or not you're the one summoning dragon-like beasts or you're the one fending off said dragon-like beasts. This is a man who would say, wait a second, that seems stronger than the opponent I'm fighting. Don't worry, everything will be fine, but I'm just gonna crush everyone at the same time. Like, the man's not evil in the slightest, but I love the fact that it literally just feels like this is the perfect arc, or one of the perfect arcs that he has going on. All-you-can-eat buffet, right? You have Jared's whole arc where we need to get revenge, probably will be a pretty epic battle. We got a war arc on the horizon, pretty epic battle. The fact that you decided to attack the one home you probably should never attack because your little sister is enough to fend off bandits that I think they said the highest level was like 26 or something. I think in most normal circumstances, people with a mansion would probably have to worry about that because they would have normal guards and things like that, not golems guarding the gate or a single kid who's enough to be a one-woman army, all things considered. But it was pretty great because this episode was like a nice slow burn slice of life, but actually set in motion so much by like the last 5 or so minutes of the episode. I didn't think we were going to see any more pets or any more cute-like creatures, because Clotho's kind of a pet, all things considered. It's almost like the house guard dog, I thought, because it was like rolling around the yard, basically doing its thing. But now we have an official puppy, and initially, I'm not sure if I'm the only one who thought this, when he was like, hey, have you ever met a dog or ever seen a dog before? I thought he was gonna make this girl fight a dog, especially after she's like, no, I was always bedridden, I never even got to touch one. But I thought it was so sweet that this powerful creature, in terms of like your average adventurer or your average, I would say, wanderer who gets lost in the forest, that's a pretty mean looking beast that could probably do a lot of damage. He casually just makes it his bitch, makes it so it has very little health points, turns it into a summon, and gives the girl her first pet. And that was pretty damn adorable. I believe she named it Alex. And it was great because, this is basically like an epic fantasy. Like, you always read those books like she did, and now she's getting to live out literally her wildest dreams. A bitchin' mansion, she has a pet, she has a big brother who literally is like giving her the world and then some, and she gets to go on that hero fantasy quest that she always dreamed of doing but never thought would be possible. And yeah, they have fun with the whole concept of, like, this feels like the biggest harem in the making here, and, he even has like these self-aware moments. Is this really what a little sister would do, like climbing under the blankets and everything? But I think what makes this show so harmless, and the fact that you don't even really pay too much mind to those sort of things, whether you like it or not, is that Kelvin's just a generally fun character to follow. He's not an idiot, he's not oblivious, he recognizes shit, and instead he just focuses on what he enjoys, and whatever he decides to do in terms of committing to a relationship or not, I mean, that probably won't happen anytime soon, given his priorities is definitely the thrill of the hunt and building the best damn family possible. But the fact that he's not, like, oblivious to the girls kind of, like, sleeping in his bed, or basically all maybe having a little more feelings than maybe some characters would recognize, is something that does help separate him in this genre, which is usually full of dense characters that a plank of wood would probably be more aware to the situations around him, where Kelvin's the type of character who understands what is what sort of a thing. But it was fun because you get a lot of those sweet moments, you get more mechanics that are always fun. I like the concept of him saying, just because you're mates doesn't mean you're not going to level up, because, I mean, imagine it, right? Obviously, he has his guards around his mansion in terms of his golem summons, and he might even leave some people behind when he does things, but do you really want to leave your maids potentially in danger if something was to happen? What if someone could easily kill those golems, right? So the idea of using the EXP share, not only for someone who wants to be an adventurer, but also just buffing up people without putting them in danger, I thought was really cool because it allows for them to naturally get stronger, doesn't put them in harm's way, but it definitely gives you an extra shield if worst was to ever come to worst, because as it stands, he doesn't have to worry about too much. But if he gets thrown into the thick of a war where people come to his doorstep, golems might not be enough to ward off anyone coming, and obviously you could understand how maybe having your mates be able to pack a mean punch would come in very, very handy. Not because they may save your life, but more so just keep them to save their own life sort of a thing. Like, Black Summoner is doing a really good job at just making the world open up in fun ways. The whole concept of the rank S exam, honestly, at first I thought that was the rank S exam when the mansion was being attacked. I thought it was just kind of like that sneak attack or something like that, but no. Kind of ties into previous episodes, which is nice, but it's interesting because up to this point, he's just naturally been promoted because of all his actions, but now it feels like he's actually going to have to take an exam, which we don't really know what that would look like, because he's really just shot above everyone else in a very short amount of time, but it'll be fun to see what they do. Though it is hilarious that in the process of just like building his party's strength with the whole EXP share and sending 2 battle junkies, Sarah as well as Jared, out into the forest, the poor party, who were already jealous, broken down because of this man's harem in the making, weren't even to do their own quest to get up to rank B because there was no damn monsters in the forest. I think they mentioned it was something like they have to kill a certain amount of monsters in a select time frame, and holy shit, like, you could casually ruin so many people's day just because you're such a OP party. And I love the fact that rather than it just being a bunch of cute girls who don't do anything, like, they all have their own personality, they all have their own skill sets, and I love seeing how each of them are kind of coming out of their shell in different ways, and right now, obviously, it's new sister over here who basically is stealing the show, because obviously that's the newest character and has had the least amount of screen time, the least amount of moments, so letting her kind of take care of the whole mansion bandit and, like, our assassin invaders, I thought was perfect, because it's not like they put her in harm's way in the way that, should someone get the jump on, she would be killed. No, like, they were watching the whole time, and, you know, obviously Sarah's like, oh shit, I guess I won't have to do anything sort of a thing, which was pretty funny. But this show's great. I think it has a great pace to it. I feel like you're constantly seeing new things, but also taking its time. That little montage with our girl, from fishing to cleaning and everything, they turned my favorite slime into a goddamn watering can or a hose to wash off the dog. That was amazing. And like, those are the moments that help just give it that sense of personality, so it's not just a dude going from battle to battle having no emotion. Like, guy has a lot of character to him. Like, Kelvin is a guy with personality, with a family-like connection, and honestly, it's just great to see how they transition from battle to wholesome to also setting in motion future plot points. And with what they've set up, from Jared's kind of revenge story to the whole invading countries plotline, there's a lot of potential for season 2, and I hope they deliver with that. But of course, as always, I'll pass the torch over to you. What did you think? And you got any theories on future episodes? Even though we only got a couple left, do let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new around here. Till next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.